Hello there, this is Ankit here. That is the Indian Chelsea fan. Yes, I know that it's been a very long gap. After almost a month and a half that I'm back with a video, so as to say, but it is a podcast in the form. I just thought of coming up with something new, and the gap of 1.5 months was, more to do with a personal situation, as well as me having a trip to Cuba. Yes, me and my wife had traveled all the way to Cuba for a week, and we had a trip celebrating our first anniversary. That was just to share something personal, and there were other, little issues that I was kind of busy with, and of course, very much enjoying the time with Chelsea winning almost or literally all their matches. Yes. So I think the last review that I had was when Chelsea visited Everton, and we had thrashed Everton badly. And after that, we had numerous wins. Something which stood out was definitely the two wins against Manchester City away and Tottenham Hotspur at home. Yes, in both the matches in the first half, we weren't great, but we were still in control of the situation, and we came back to win both the matches, and those proved to be crucial in the way we dealt with in the following matches, because we got a lead in the table, and that is how Antonio Conte planned to have a resolute defense, but at the same time making sure that we score at least goal. And so we got, I believe, three 1-0 back-to-back wins. One against Middlesbrough away, which is really difficult in my opinion, considering how they have performed at home, especially. One against Sunderland, which has been a bogey team over the years, at least recently. So that was a good, path breaker for us. And of course, against West Bromwich Albion, who certainly have a very strong, mentality in terms of the way they play via Tony Pulis and his management style. So the 3-1 wins, that were followed, after the two great wins against Tottenham Hotspur in Manchester City, enabled us to move 6 points clear on top of the table. And today we played on Boxing Day. Yes, it is Boxing Day. It is one of the days that I always used to cherish as a kid. I remember bunking my school and taking a day off, and even when I started working, I actually used to not work on this day if it was a weekday, because there were matches starting the evening, so I used to take half day off, or sometimes even full day off, and watch all the matches on Boxing Day, not just football but cricket as well, as there's always a Boxing Day test generally in Australia. But let's talk about football for today. And today Chelsea played Bournemouth at home. It was a tricky situation in this match because Chelsea were not full strength, because Diego Costa, our top hitman, and N'Golo Kante, our top midfielder, who's probably the best midfielder in the world in my opinion in the last 1 or 2 years, were missing this match. They were suspended, having picked up 5 yellow cards each in the previous match, that is in the season, I mean. So instead of them, one would expect Antonio Conte to bring in probably Fabregas or Chaloba, one of the two in midfield, and Michi Batshuayi, or maybe Ruben Loftus-Cheek or Dominic Solanke up front for Diego Costa. Uh, the general consensus, I would say almost 90 to 95% of people would think that the obvious replacements for this match would have to be Fabregas, the class act that he is, and Michi Batshuayi, considering we have paid over £30 million for this terrific potential striker. But to my surprise, Antonio Conte did not pick Michi Batshuayi. He was on the bench. Okay, so here is a person who was bought by the club, and Antonio Conte supposedly backed that purchase as he was, I believe, his first purchase, although it was planned before he came in really. Still, we paid over 30 million pounds and we do not start him. Don't really understand that. Anyway, and even if Diego Costa was not available, still he does not start. That was really disappointing for him, but I'm sure he'll get his chances. After the match, Antonio Conte will ask that question, and he also told that he will not be allowed to go on loan either. So that means to say that he is still improving and has scope to come up a level. To begin, I did not really feel we did really well in the first 20-25 minutes. It was kind of negative in a sense that we were playing free flowing football with Willian, Pedro, and Hazard up front, and Fabregas, Matic, Alonso, Moses in midfield with Aspilicueta, David Luiz, and Keita at the back. However, midway in the second half, in the first half rather, we did get our breakthrough thanks to Pedro. It was a very quick, I believe, sort of a 1-2 played between Hazard and Fabregas, who then passed it on to Pedro in a very crowded penalty area or just outside the penalty area of Bournemouth. He somehow managed to lob the ball with his left foot with a curling shot that went inside the goal. It was one of a reflection goal to the goal he scored against Tottenham Hotspur. Probably not with the same intensity, but with the same amount of brilliance that it had, certainly. So we were 1-0 ahead, and that's when our confidence really grew. Uh, Possession was kind of distributed 50-50 between Chelsea and Bournemouth. However, we were excellent on the counter attack. Still, they were able to keep us at 1-0 at half time. Uh, I missed to mention that Nathan Ake, who has been recently playing well for Bournemouth, although he's on loan from Chelsea, wasn't eligible for this match. So that was good omen for us because you know their defense wasn't as sharp as what it can be under Nathan Ake. I really feel so. However, he has potential to still improve and come back to Chelsea next season. Come to the second half, and we started on the front foot, and we were really not looking as though we will score a second goal, in my opinion. The way the first half, was playing, as well as the way we have played in the recent games. However, to my surprise, we scored second goal, an early second goal in the second half, and this second goal was via a penalty. Hazard, with his dancing feet, he was able to trick the Bournemouth defender, and that's where he won a penalty for us. And he scored the penalty. Yes, he has been unsuccessful in many penalties in the recent past for the last year, but he is a main penalty taker and was on the score sheet. I believe he's one among the elite group of Chelsea players who have now scored 50 Premier League goals for this club. Hats off to him. Since we scored an early second half goal and we were 2-0 ahead, contrary to our recent results or the way we were playing in the recent 2 or 3 matches, I really believed it is the right moment for us to introduce youngsters onto the pitch, or the replacement for Costa that I expected Michy Batshuayi to come on. I thought, okay, we have scored within 45 minutes, so certainly at least till the 60th minute there will be a change. But Antonio Conte does what he feels is right, and most of the times he is right. So I cannot really debate against that, but it did surprise me that the first substitution had to wait for over 70 minutes in this match also. And this was not Michy Batshuayi. Chaloba came on, and Chalobah comes on, and he replaces, I believe it was William, and we play a 3-5-2 with Pedro and Hazard up front. Pedro then gets booked, and I believe this is the fifth booking for him in the season. It was more of a stupid booking in my opinion, unnecessary. But again, that's how rules are, and if one gets booked, he is not eligible to play against Stoke City next week. So, uh, but obviously Diego Costa will directly replace him in the starting lineup, in my opinion. Um, After the 75th minute mark, we were more in control of the game, and because we had a very heavy midfield, we clearly dominated the play. I know that Jack Wilshere did get a couple of opportunities, and Thibaut Courtois did make one or two really good saves as well, but still we were very much in the driving seat. And that was the right moment for Conte to finally make the main substitution that I was expecting. But still, 85 minutes are up, and there was no substitution after Chalobah. So that was what Conte thought. Finally, in almost the 90th minute, we make a second substitution with Ola Aina. Glad to see him actually substituting Moses, who also played a terrific game. Ola Aina had one or two touches of the ball, and in one instance he tripped himself. So I really believe, seeing this situation, that it's always better to give a person at least 5 minutes, so that the person at least has some confidence out of the 5 minutes, rather is not tensed to just get one or two touches of the ball. Again, this is Conte's decision, so one cannot argue. And he then wanted Michi Batshuayi to come on, and he signaled Thibaut Courtois to kick the ball out just before the final whistle. But Thibaut Courtois was not able to kick the ball outside the playing arena, and the match continued. And I believe in the very last seconds or so, when the ball finally goes out, Michi Batshuayi came on for Hazard, who tried to really cheer him up while he went off. But Michi Batshuayi was considerably low, and was very evident one would be, and I would have been if I was in his place, really speaking. So he came on, and the final whistle went, and he didn't even touch the ball. So the moral of the story is, yes, we are top of the league. Yes, we are 6 points ahead of all the teams. Actually, more than that, considering that Liverpool are yet to play in this game week. But it is 6 points ahead if Liverpool win their match. And Man City later on won as well, so they are 7 points behind us still. Arsenal won their game as well. They got a last, I believe 86-minute winner via Olivier Giroud for change. So really, there have been no major changes in the table, but we are still top of the league, and we will keep the blue flag flying high, and hope so that this Christmas period and New Year brings all happiness to you and your families, as well as Chelsea Football Club. Kindly keep watch for my videos and podcasts now. So I hope to come back soon, and I hope Antonio Conte gives Batshuayi and others more a chance, and I'm sure they will be patient enough, and we are a big blue family. Please comment, subscribe, and like my videos. See you. Bye. I really forgot to mention about the third goal. Well, I know it's been a long time since I did a video, but I shouldn't have. I am somehow affected, by the late substitutions that Conte made again. But let's be positive, and we need to really highlight that we did score a third goal via Pedro, who scored his second goal in this match. It was a deflected goal. Great, play by him to get the ball in the D, but was able to get a deflection, in a lucky manner. and I'm sure he's not complaining, and Chelsea are not as well. So that was the third goal, and this was scored, when just a couple of minutes were left. After the second substitution was just made, so that delayed the Michi Batshuayi substitution as well to an extent. So I hope he understands, and I'm hoping that he keeps his head high, and so do all of us. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you again, and keep the blue flag flying high.